Oh, right. Okay, so the question is, how does... Now, who's the poet of Hawk Roosting? Ethan?
Ted Hughes.
Good. How does Ted Hughes present the hawk? Okay, write that down. Now, first stage. What's the question about? Think. Think really, really carefully. Look at the question and work it out. Because it's not as easy as you think it is. Archie?
How he describes the hawk.
Not quite. Remember, it's not as easy as you think it is, but the answer is really easy, but working out isn't as easy. Caitlin?
Is it how he makes out the hawk to be so when he's...
Nope. Nope. Think. Look at the question. James?
How the hawk thinks of itself.
No, not about that. What is the question about? Jake?
Is that Ted Hughes?
It is. The question is about Ted Hughes.
Oh.
This is how does he do it? Not how does the poem do it. How does he do it? Okay, so this chap here. So, if you have a different colour. You don't need to talk about it. Yeah, you can highlight it. That's absolutely fine. So, the question, and every question that you get that involves you talking about the writer and the writer's choices will be something like this, okay? This is not about the poem. This is about Ted Hughes and the choices he makes in his poetry to show you the hawk. Okay? So here, this is what the question is about. Okay? We're talking about the choices Ted Hughes, TH, has made. Okay, the choices Ted Hughes has made in order to do what? What's the next part of the question? In order to, what do we ask? What do we need to work out what Ted Hughes has done? Archie? To present the hawk. Absolutely. So this one here is as a result of what he is doing. Yeah? So it's to do with that. Now, what does how mean? What are we looking for how, Caitlin? What he's done. Yeah, it's what he's done. All the niff, naff and trivia. Has he used rhyme? Has he used rhyme in Hawk Roosting?
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah.
Has he used onomatopoeia? Bang, crash, wallop? No, so he's not used them, has he? So we don't need to cover them. What has he used? What has he done? What niff, naff and trivia has he used in order to show us stuff about the hawk? Christian?
Imagery.
Lovely. What else has he done? What else has he used? What poetic tools, what poetry has he got in front of him that he's gone, right, I'm going to have a bit of that, I'm going to have a bit of that, and you know what, I'm going to have a bit of that. Reese?
Rhyme.
Rhyme. Lovely. Toby? Nice. Alice? Good. Kenan? Good. Who are you? Ethan?
Is there a bit of enjamble?
Probably. Tom?
Imagery.
Good. That's the how bit. So the how bit here, let's do, triangle. This is a triangle. Oh, look at that. Okay, this means niff, naff, and trivia. Okay? In other words, poetic tools. The things he's done to do it, to put it together. His poetry. Why do we not write that in the question? Well, that just makes your life just a bit too easy. But actually, when you look at the question and then you kind of unpick it, or unpack it, as we say further up the school, doesn't make it look that impossible, does it? It's not bad. It's perfectly doable. Okay? So when you've done that, I would like you to change colour. And I would like you to write point, evidence. What's next? Explain. Oh. Which is L. What's the L in link? Link to what?
The start.
The next paragraph. Well, that's fairly, yeah, okay. What else could you link it to?
The poem.
Well, obviously, because that's what you're writing about. Yep. Sammy?
Link the evidence to the point.
Yeah, that's fairly, yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Frequently, link it to the question. My question to you, why would you be answering it about something not related in the question? Therefore, have to make sure you link it. Don't understand that. Go on.
The whole.
Well, yes, but that's what the question's asking you to do.
Well,
Can you see why this is getting a little bit confusing? Go on, Ethan.
Is it linked to Ted Hughes?
Yeah, he's the poet. That's what the question's about. So if you're not writing about him, I don't know what you're doing. So, oh, thank you very much, British Library. Nice. Okay, so when you've got that, can you then change the colour to red?
I don't have a red colour.
Or another colour that is just as aggressive?
Green.
Okay, if you think green's aggressive, go for it. Yep.
Green is very aggressive.
And then I would like you to do this. You ready?
Oh.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yes.
Big cross. Yes. I've always wanted to do a giant cross somewhere.
You just cross down. I like crossing out. It's very satisfying.
1, 2. Okay. Now, why on earth have I virtually wiped out everything you've been taught, either in first form, the prep, or your primary school? Oh, I do enjoy this bit. Alice?
Poetry doesn't make sense.
Nope. Poetry is awesome. Tom?
Because you don't like pee.
That as well. Good. Georgie?
Poetry doesn't follow any of the rules.
Doesn't need to. But Shakespeare does, kind of. Caitlin?
Because it's wrong.
Yeah. It's not good enough. Okay? Frequently what I have, if you make a point, you then provide me the evidence, you use stupid things like, in the quote it says this. No, we don't do things like that. And then you explain the quote to me. And what happens is that you don't analyse it, you just repeat it or translate it. Again, no, complete and utter waste of your time. So we're going to do something differently. So this is why I'm drilling this to you now, and I will drill this to you all the way through the academic year. And if you have the joy and privilege of having me again in fourth form, don't tend to teach third, don't know why, but if I have you next year, or again in fourth form, I will drill this into you. That is wrong, as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to do something different. Obviously. We are going to do what, how, and why. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to have questions that are going to help us along the way. Okay? So the first one is what? And the question is... Now, what's the question? Caitlin?
What poetic tools?
No, not just yet. meaning. Look at, what are you presenting the hawk as? What is the hawk to Ted Hughes? Georgie? Maybe. James?
Quite bold, quite self-relevant.
Nice. What is the hawk to Ted Hughes? You start your paragraph with that. That is what we call establishing the thesis, if you're going to get really technical. You clearly tell me the rest of this paragraph is going to be about that idea, and I'm going to tell you why I'm right. Okay? So you need to tell me this is what he's presenting it to me. We then move into the how. How do you know? How do you know this is what we do? But I don't want that question, because you go, I know this because. No. I don't want that. How has Ted Hughes done this? How has he shown you, with his words, this idea? That's what we do. Next question. How has Ted Hughes shown us, with his poetry, your niff, naff and trivia, this idea? That's your second question. Okay? Your third question is why? Okay? So what question are we going to ask that begins with why? Jake?
Why has he done it?
Yeah, exactly. Why has he done this? Okay, why has Ted Hughes done it like this? But also, why is it important we know this? Why is it important we know that he's at the top of his tree, and yet he thinks he's on top of the world? Why? Go on then, why? Why do we need to know that?
To make us see the world from his point of view.
Good.
It shows us that he thinks he's on top.
No. Lovely.
To understand the poem.
To understand the poem. No, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Yeah? Georgie?
To show that he's all powerful.
There we go. Okay. Why has he done this, and why does it work? Now, what you may find is that your how and your why blend in together. Perfect. Okay? Now, there are some things that are going to be banned. Yeah, I'm banning things. You're not allowed to do things. So, different colour. Banned. First one. In the quote. Dot, 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 dot. Nope, not going to have it. I know this because. Yeah?
You can't really see properly.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I don't want to wiggle it over too much because the iPad will fall off. There we are. I know this because dot, dot, dot. And the last one, it makes the reader want to read on. Just similar to yours. Yeah? Not quite the same, but similar. Helps us understand the poem. No, it's not about the poem. It's about Ted Hughes. Yeah? So keeping that in mind, this is about the poet, not the poem. Okay? Things like makes the reader want to read on. Oops.